How are ya? You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Today, even though 4th of July is already passed, we're doing a series of videos all day that celebrate the best in American ingenuity in the most unexpected of places. Although in this video, for this book, it's kind of expected. Today we're celebrating American ingenuity in the form of a good old-fashioned American road trip. Every once in a while, it's kind of nice to pack up your stuff for a great vacation, with summer being the opportune time to do so, and along the way you realize that it's not just about the destination, it's about the journey. Thus we bring you the journey into the Great American Road Trip from Publications International, purchased for $4.99 and for 50% off. From the cover, you know you're in for something good as you see all these welcome signs from state to state. Alabama, Kansas, Texas, you have Idaho, you have New Jersey, the Garden State, which is where I reside at. I was born and raised here in New Jersey. You got Indiana, and here we have San Francisco. This is a city reading sign. That would be San Francisco, California, I presume. And in the back, not much more clarity in terms of the greeting signs, but a good synopsis for what you're into in this book. Buckle your seatbelt. Are you ready to pack your bags, fill the tank, and hit the road? If you're cruising America in search of adventure, and if you oddball attractions, take the Great American Road Trip along for the ride. Navigate nooks and crannies, take time to pull over and smell the daisies, and snap photos of the wackiest sights the roadside has to offer. Remember, it's not just the destination, it's the journey. So are you ready? Buckle up, it's the Great American Road Trip condensed version today on the Thrift Store Rundown. Now there are two sections we're going to cover today. California and everything else. I just started on the everything else. I want to start in California because, well, we bring Hollywood home on a budget. Here on the table of contents, the introduction called The Evolution of the American Road. This book, by the way, was written by Eric Peterson, a freelance travel writer for Denver. So let's open up The Evolution of the American Road. Plenty of pictures galore here, including many lists, much like this one, the first of the American Road. Speed limit, a federally funded highway, transcontinental automobile trips, and roadways. The first drive-through restaurant, which was the Pig Stand in Dallas, Texas, 1921. The first motel, the Milestone Motel, San Luis Obispo, California, 1925. And the first freeway, the Pasadena Freeway in California, 1940. That's actually a really perfect sound effect. Normally I detest horns honking when I'm shooting. I live in an apartment, and people in Patterson are pretty impatient when it comes to traffic. But, you know what? Honk if you love a good road trip. So, I'm just gonna let that one slide. Let's start with the Mother Road, Route 66, and walk our way from there. This is the most famous road, or series of roads, in all the land. California, here we come. The Hollywood sign, a list of great road trip movies. Of course, the Hollywood sign being the most famous, and the one that I have the most admiration for. I have it in a snow globe, people, that I got for free. The Cornerstone Festivals of Gardens in Sonoma, the Monterey Bay Aquarium, Redwood National and State Parks. Bubblegum Alley in San Luis Obispo, historic and historically disgusting and unsanitary. And just truly American and truly unique. The Madonna Inn in San Luis Obispo. I wonder if the titular pop star for whom this building was not named after ever resided there. Nope, proprietors Alex and Phyllis Madonna created an unforgettable lodging experience in this legendarily Garris hotel that continues to grow and change. So Garris, in fact, that the titular pop star for whom this building might be inspired by, again, not reside there on a daily or consistent or bi-weekly basis, I don't know. The California coast. Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco. If you're alive, you can't be born in San Francisco. If you're not alive, San Francisco will bring you to life. William Saroyan. Here we have a section called World's Largest. And you'll see plenty of these World's Largest landmarks and signs throughout the book. Here's an example. World's largest thermometer in Baker, California. And the world's largest artichoke right here in Castroville, California. the artichoke center of the world. Down the coast a bit from San Francisco. That is the famous green globe artichoke. Yosemite National Park. To me, it's always a sunrise. A glitter of green and golden wonder in a vast edifice of stone and space. Ansel Adams. The Hyde-Asbury in San Francisco, looking eerily like one of those Full House home exteriors. Remember that sitcom Full House? The Integratron in Giant Rock. The Jumping Frog Jubilee in Angel's Camp. A person who travels on nothing from nowhere to happiness is an optimist, says the great Mark Twain. The Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, with 160 rooms, including 4 bedrooms and 6 kitchens, 10,000 windows, 2,000 doors, 47 fireplaces, 40 staircases, and 3 elevators. In other words, the Dream Mystery House. Watchtowers, LA, Museum of Neon Art in Los Angeles, Sequoia Kings Canyon National Parks, Cabazon Dinosaurs, Hearst Castle in San Simeon, named for the great William Randolph Hearst, the publication giant for this generation and past generations. Miss Morgan, we are tired of camping out in the open at the ranch in San Simeon, and I would like to build a little something. That was William Randolph Hearst to architect Julia Morgan. Venice Beach. I wonder why they don't have Muscle Beach in here. Oh yeah, those B movies. Never ever see a B movie in my lifetime, ever. The Pacific Northwest in California. Actually, that's in Oregon. And on that note, we take you to the Everything Else section, which deserves special mention. Many of these things you might have seen in films or television programs, like Voodoo Donut in Man vs. Food, and another program, Extreme Fast Food, Extreme Restaurants, the Extreme series on the Travel Channel. That's in Portland, Oregon. Donuts and coffee for 10 are part of the wedding ceremony packages. If you're ever in Voodoo Donut, you can get married over there because the owner is also an ordained minister. The Red Wagon in Spokane, Washington. By the way, I have a Red Wagon that's in need of a redo, so I'll get to that later. What else is in here for everything else? Oh yes, the Strip. The Las Vegas Strip. The Strip of Dreams in Sin City. And even though it's called Sin City, it looks so angelic for the bold and the daring. The Big Texan Steak Ranch. Again, that's another highlight of Man vs. Food. I believe it was a season 1 episode. Adam Winston won the free 72-ounce steak challenge. You finish the whole 72-ounce steak with sides in an hour, or else pay a steep price. Regardless of your appetite, the Big Texan is a bastion of cowboy kicks inside and out. Here is the Munster Mansion in Waxahachie. As you might guess, the owners of this unusual home have a passion for the 1960s television series, The Munsters. Since November 2001, Charles and Sandra McKee have been building and perfecting their dream house, which replicates as exactly as possible the interior and exterior of the fictional 1313 Mockingbird Lane. Though the mansion is a private residence, it is open for tours during the annual Halloween charity event. Well, that's not fair. They should make this open for tours year-round. I mean, the Munsters was really something back then. Here is the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally in Sturgis, South Dakota. This was the inspiration for the Full Throttle Saloon. But I say it's the most recognizable pit stop in South Dakota, and quite possibly in all of America, one of the famous pit stops. It was the subject of a reality series on True TV for Bruce Willis's production company Cheyenne and the company reality TV show Giants, A. Smith and Company Productions. Here's a list of great American road trip songs, none of which I can use on this video because YouTube's copyright trolls will not have it. Thanks a lot. The Jersey Shore. I have never been to the Jersey Shore, even though I've been a New Jerseyan for a long time, 20 years, all my life. I have been to Atlantic City twice, but never to the Jersey Shore, and I hope one day I can come to the Jersey Shore. And here's Lucy the Elephant in Margate, New Jersey, looming 65 feet over the Margate Beach, the only example of zoomorphic architecture left in the U.S. A loving restoration was completed in 2000 to get Lucy the Elephant to where she is today. One really cool looking elephant with some really weird eyes. he never blinks, and an elephant never forgets. So, if I say those are really weird eyes, I don't want her coming to life like a la Night in the Museum and her coming after me, stomping her feet, I might die. Finally, here's Coney Island, because why the heck not? Coney Island has been New York's playground since the 1800s. Entertainment barons built such famed amusement parks as Dreamland and Luna Park here in the early 20th century. The parks thrived until the onset of the Great Depression brought an onslaught of inexpensive slideshow acts and midway games. In the saddles cast by legendary roller coasters like the Cyclone, a National Historic Landmark that's been rolling since 1927, Coney Island's sideshow heritage lives on at Sideshows by the Seashore, a performance venue and vocational school. The Coney Island Museum preserves everything else, from souvenir cups to funhouse mirrors. Summertime events run the gamut, from the gloriously odd Mermaid Parade, a movie aquatic-themed art gallery, to Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. They should make Joey Chestnut the host. He recently won this year's for, I don't know, 14th time! Coney Island, between June and September, is the Ward, George C. Tillieu. And for many years, it was my epicenter of summer vacation. I've been to here many times, and I've never left here with a not unforgettable memory. I never left Coney Island with a forgettable memory, let's just put it like that. On that note, the Great American Road Trip is truly a marvel. An American ingenuity in taking a road trip without really leaving home. I will say that one downside to this is that the book is permanently bent, like this, see? The structure of the book is irreversibly bent, and there's no way I can fix it. It always reverts back to its original, damaged self. Plus, a portion of the cover here on the top left corner is torn, which isn't good either. But still, given for what it is truly a great American road trip in hardcover form, and I give it 4.5 out of 5 because of the condition that it's in. Now, about that red wagon. So here's my Radio Flyer mini red wagon that I purchased for less than $5 a couple of years ago at the thrift store, and it looks legit. I roll it, and it feels legit. Wheels roll smoothly. That's just the big problem here. You see on this handle here, part of the axis here is bent. Take a look at the back. This is straight. But the front here, the front axis, is bent a bit on this side, which in turn makes this axis here bent, and it does not sit straight, flat on the surface. And it's kind of dirty because I haven't really washed it. Kind of dusty looking. And it's too small for me. I'm not a child anymore. I just bought this for nostalgic purposes, and I can't really operate it that well without hurting or straining my back because it's much too small. So I'm giving this a 3.5 out of 5. I have no regrets in purchasing this, but too small for me. The Great American Road Trip book, oh man, that is a 4.5 out of 5. If you don't buy this book, you're tripping. If you do buy this book, you're tripping in a truly unique and Americana and awesome way. Either way, upon first glance at this, not really so much the wagon as this. You're tripping, one way or another. And above all, just enjoy the ride. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the thrift side.